Well, my story probably isn't really like anybody else's story. Besides mine, and I'm only 18 right now, so my story is mostly about outside issues, but this is the naming, so I'm just going to share about alcohol. Well, I guess we'll go back to the beginning. My dad was sober for 5 years when I was born, so I always had somebody there in the program. And then my mom was an alcoholic who isn't in these meetings. She's still out there. And my parents divorced when I was 3, so there's a lot of tension in the house. My mom always used to come home and like get drunk. I remember my brothers are here. We always used to hang out upstairs and just like shelter ourselves away from my mom. She would just get super drunk, and it was not really fun. And then I always was like, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to get that bad. But then anyway, I'm here. So you know how that worked out. And since I can remember, my dad has always said, if you don't do drugs or you don't do alcohol, you'll never have an allure to it. Well, obviously I didn't follow his direction. But anyway, I had a couple bursts, or not bursts of alcohol, like I drank a little bit when I picked up like a soda and it was filled with vodka or something my mom had filled with like vodka. But other than that, I didn't drink alcohol until I got into 10th grade in high school. Like during the summer before that, I was talking to my brothers and we were just like, I don't know about Dad's whole plan about being sober, and I want to go try out to do stuff. Like, everybody else is doing it, why can't I, And I didn't know that this disease is very hereditary, and because I got a freaking addictive personality. So then I tried some outside issues first, and it was bad from the start. Like, I was doing it every day, which was probably not a good thing right when you start. And it lasted like that for like a couple months, and then my dad figured out what I was doing, and he was like, because he's in the program, so he obviously knows what the signs are. So I was like, how the hell did you know? Like, I was trying to be all secretive, and he obviously knew. So then he was like, all right, I'm going to drug test you now, like every freaking week. So then I started drinking alcohol. So you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to do whatever I want. So there was a period of when I was just drinking alcohol, wasn't doing drugs, when I was still living at his house. And that lasted for like a couple months, and then I was just like, you know what, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna like do it, but then like not do it every day so he won't figure it out. So then I went back to doing drugs, and by the summer of my junior year, it just got bad. I didn't give a crap anymore. I was like, whatever, I want to move out of my dad's house. His rules are not for me. I can do whatever the hell I want. I'm gonna like just take it over. And then after like that summer, he was like, he found out I was like super high one night, and then he came home and he was like, so I heard you've been doing more drugs now. I was like, I was high at the time, so I was like, yeah. What am I gonna say, So then he moved me out of the house, and he was like, actually, well, he didn't move me out. He gave me a choice whether I could live at his house and be sober, or I could move to my mom's house and do drugs. And I was like, oh, that's a no-brainer. Why would I want to live at my dad's house and be sober? Like, whoever wants to be sober? That's how bad it is. Just, I didn't like being normal. I didn't like just feeling normal. I wanted that extra stuff that drugs and alcohol gave me. So then I moved into my mom's house that year, or that summer, and it just got really bad. Like, it just spiraled down. it took a while for it to get as bad as it got, like, because it got super bad. But first off, like, I was in a lot of AP classes because my mom was like, when you live here, you're gonna take all these AP classes, but like a drug addict is like, why would I want to do that? So I'm just gonna do over here, and my grades just were up high, and they started going just dropping. Like, I was getting F's and shit, it was bad. And then, because I'm a smart kid, like, my parents know me. I was getting A's before I was doing drugs and drinking alcohol, but the drugs just took over. Like, I wasn't doing homework. All I wanted to do was just do that. I didn't like being who I was, so I was trying to mask who I was, and I guess the pain of not being at my dad's house with my brothers, because I have an identical twin brother who I've grown up with my whole life. He's here tonight, and like it was so weird being out of the house, like away from him. And I was going to the same school, so I'd see him a lot. And then it changed where I was like, I don't want to go to that school anymore. I was like, why would I? There was more things, because my mom lived down the street over in Anaheim, and it was probably a worse area for me to go to school. And then it just got way bad. I just started getting into a lot of worse stuff. Like, I was hanging out with really bad people that were in like gangs and stuff, and like tagging, and they were doing all kinds of nasty, stupid shit. And then I remember at the end where it wasn't any fun anymore. I would be more excited when I got the drugs or the alcohol than I would be after. Like, it was better before than it was after. It was just weird. I was chasing that before feeling. And then, I don't know why, it just got progressively worse, where I was just feeling like shit. I was down. I was laying in bed like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm wasting away my life. Like, that's all I could equate that to. Like, who wants to do that the rest of their life? And I knew my dad had gotten sober, so he was like a shining light. So I was like, maybe I should try like talking to him. He knows some shit. Like, cause he's obviously gone through the same shit I've gone through, so like, maybe he can help me out. So then I asked him, I was like, yeah, man, I don't know about all this drug stuff anymore. Like, you could see it in his eyes. He was like, fuck yeah, like you are awesome right now. Because I hadn't talked to him for like a year about anything. Like, we were just like far as hell apart, and it was just weird. Because I've always been really close to my dad from like the start of my life. Him and I and my brothers have done everything together. And going from that to not even like talking, there was at a point there for like a month we didn't talk to each other at all. Because we were like, he was mad because I'd broken into his house, and well, who can blame him? Like, I broke into your house. I was like, oh, it's his fault, you know. Like, I just wanted a place to go hang out with because I thought they weren't supposed to be there, and they came home and found me there. I was like, oh shit. What am I gonna say? That was like the most awkward moment in my life. Anyway, about my sobriety, I got sober like 5 months ago. 5 months ago, like next week. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Like, I'm not on like a pink cloud or anything. Like, I don't know, somebody said that like they're on a pink cloud like the first year. I don't know, I'm not feeling that. Like, my dad's going through cancer, all this shit is just going down. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I know if I was still out there, like, I wouldn't have been dealing with this. I would be loaded by the time, like in the morning today, I would have been loaded, and I would have passed out probably like around this time. It was just that bad. And then I had gotten to the point where I didn't like hanging out with people. I was by myself, just using and drinking and doing everything just by myself. Why the fuck would I want to hang out with you? You guys are just taking all of my shit away from me. You know, like, I want to go use as much as I can. And so then, that's how bad I got. And then this program has just changed all that. I've gotten tools to deal with life. Like yesterday, my dad, he was his last day of chemo, or not chemo, radiation. This was his last day of radiation yesterday. And he was like, you could tell, he wasn't like feeling good. He wasn't even like the same person yesterday. It was just weird. And then him and Renee, like Renee's my stepmom, they were like just being super, let's see this. I guess they were being pretty much mean to me, like super mean. Like my dad my dad has never been mean to me and Renee. She was just yelling and it was like, what the hell was that? I didn't even do anything. And then I seriously didn't do anything. And like they were just freaking out because my dad wasn't feeling good. So, and then I went to a meeting and then I called my sponsor, which is what you guys have told me. And I was thinking about do that whole meeting. But by the end, I heard some shit that really got me off of that. So I was like, maybe this thing is, really pretty good going to meetings. Because I know if I was not going to meetings, I'd still be out there fucking up my life, doing nothing, just going through an empty waste. So you guys have been really awesome. Every one of you, I've made so many friendships in this room. It's just amazing. Because I hated people. I was a loner. Like, if I was hanging out with you, I wanted something from you. But you guys give me something back. And I give you something back. And you guys want me here. It's just weird for me. I've never had that. Because, people didn't really like me at the end of when I was using. They made me wanted somebody to, buy them stuff. Because I had I'd steal a lot of money. So then they would want me because of that. But other than that, they wouldn't really want me. But you guys generally care for me. So it's just amazing how everybody in this room has changed my life. Anyway, thanks for letting me share.